So Wave 6 of the Booster Course Pass was finally revealed, and you know what that means, it's time for me to share my thoughts on each track in their cup order. Just keep in mind that this is all my own personal opinion, and you're free to express your own down below in the comments. Alright, so first up we have Rome Avanti, and very similarly to London in Wave 3, the thing that immediately catches my attention about this track is just how much prettier it is relative to its appearance in Tour. Rome was never a city I was super excited for, but it was never one I really disliked either, and given just how visually appealing it looks now, as well as the plethora of enemies on it like chain chomps, rocky wrenches, and fuzzies, I can feel myself start to get really excited to see how this one turns out in 8 Deluxe. Next we have DK Mountain, which is a track I already discussed extensively in my recent DK Mountain vs Dino Dino Jungle video. The short version is that I was really hoping we'd end up getting Dino Dino, but was definitely expecting for Mountain to ultimately win the rivalry and be the one to get in. I'm still not a huge fan of this track, but much like Rome, I'd be lying if I said the beautiful visuals here weren't winning me over just a little bit. In particular, the face in the giant volcano looks a lot more threatening now, and I really like the way they recolored it. But it's not just the graphics, because the infamous bridge has had the guard ropes removed, meaning that if we're lucky, there might be some pretty chaotic shenanigans on there like back in Mario Kart Wii. Daisy Circuit is another one I've already talked about extensively back in my video on the Wave 6 teaser. Basically, while I do like this track, it's never been one of my all-time favorites, and I was a bit displeased that the sunset's not quite the vibrant orange it was back in the original. But other than that, yeah, I'm quite looking forward to trying it out. Okay, now here's a track I actually really like a lot. The sectional Tour Nitro Piranha Plant Cove makes its long-awaited appearance, and every fear I had about this track's Booster Course Pass debut was instantly abated once I saw that all of the many hazards on this track were still intact, including the Marais, Clampies, Thwomps, and of course the Piranha Plant. And at the risk of repeating myself, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Like, oh my gosh, this might just be the best looking track, not even in just the Booster Course Pass, but the entire game as a whole. I genuinely cannot wait to try this undersea adventure out on the big screen. Madrid Drive is definitely a city track. It has a road and hazards. Okay, real talk, this track has some pretty cool standout moments, like the soccer stadium and the museum. But unfortunately, these cool moments are few and short-lived, while the rest just kind of feels like daytime city track number 70,463. Not one of my favorite courses, but at a minimum, it should easily be better than either of the Wave 1 cities. I would genuinely not be surprised if the next segment ends up lasting half the video's length, but I will do my best to keep it brief. Rosalina's Ice World. It's here whether we like it or not, and I don't. I'm sorry, if you like this one, then more power to you. Feel free to tell me why this one resonated with you in the comments. But as for me, not only was I never super big on this track back in 7, but I think the decision to bring it to the Booster Course Pass is even worse. For starters, Piranha Plant Pipeline was totally snubbed out of nowhere, making it the only Tour original track to not make it to the Booster Course Pass. It's not like Pipeline was a lame track either. Sure, you could argue it was a bit similar to Piranha Plant Slide, but it was still fairly unique. It's a fun course that's apparently just going to become completely impossible to play once Tour shuts down in a few years. And if the Booster Course Pass never needed to have every Tour track in it, then why did we even have to suffer through tracks like Tokyo Blur and Sky High Sunday? Make it make sense. There's also the angle of Rosalina's Ice World being yet another winter track, and I really think that we have too many winter tracks in this game. In particular, I think this track really overlaps with the remake of Sherbeyland, because they're both nighttime tracks that feature icy caverns and underwater tunnels. So am I happy we're getting Rosalina's Ice World? No, I'm not. I really wish they had just stuck with Pipeline. But to its credit, Ice World does look good, both in terms of graphics and the course layout. I will give it a fair and honest chance when I play it in about a week, and who knows, maybe it'll actually turn out to be super fun and I'll really enjoy it. But until then, I can very confidently say that this is not one I'm excited for. On the other hand, you have SNES BC3, which gives 8 Deluxe its much needed second Bowser's Castle. This track looks like it'll be a lot of fun. Between the many fun death traps there are to avoid, and the curtains of lava in particular make for a really intimidating visual that always reminds me of that one scene from The Incredibles. I cannot believe I'm this excited over a SNES track, but that just speaks to how stellar of a remake this one got. And then there's Wii Rainbow Road, which is Wii Rainbow Road. I mean, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to tell you that it's one of the greatest tracks in the entire series, or that this remake looks really faithful, or that the permanent anti-gravity was a fun little touch to keep things fresh, or that this was the perfect way to end the Booster Course Pass? Because I could tell you all that, and it would all be true, but why even bother, right? Sprinkle in some Mii costumes, add in a jukebox, and thus ends the Booster Course Pass. All in all, I have to say that Wave 6 is not shaping up to be one of my favorite waves. While I definitely think I'll enjoy it more than Wave 1, I have to say that it doesn't appear to be in the same ballpark as Waves 5 and 3 for me. Time will tell how it stacks up against 2 and 4 though. There just aren't as many tracks that I'm invested in this time around. If I were to rank this wave's tracks from my most to least anticipated, it would go Cove, Wii Rainbow Road, Bowser's Castle 3, Rome, Madrid, DK Mountain, Daisy Circuit, and then Ice World. What do you guys think? Is Wave 6 going to be one of your new favorite waves? And which tracks in it are you most looking forward to? Let me know your thoughts down below. But what about the future of this channel? Now that the Booster Course Pass is over, does that mean no more Mario Kart videos? Well, that really depends on you guys. I have some ideas for more things I can discuss regarding the Booster Course Pass, but I need to know whether it's worthwhile or not. So if you want to see me do more Mario Kart content in the future, let me know you enjoyed this by liking the video and subscribing. It really goes a long way towards helping me out. But with that, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.